If hard nuts like almonds are tough on your teeth, pistachios are softer and easier to chew. Get them in the shell for a fun, slow snack. It's a built-in way to avoid overeating. If shelling's tricky because of arthritis, grab pre-shelled, unsalted ones. About 49 pistachios a day is perfect for your heart, eyes, and digestion. Last but not least, Brazil nuts. These are like the secret weapon you didn't know you needed. Just one Brazil nut gives you all the selenium your body needs for the day. Selenium keeps your thyroid humming along, which is key for energy, metabolism, and even your mood. As we age, the thyroid can slow down, leaving you tired or a bit down. One nut fixes that. Selenium's also a powerful antioxidant, lowering inflammation and protecting your brain and heart. It might even help with memory over time. Brazil nuts have fiber for digestion and healthy fats to lower bad cholesterol, too. But here's the deal. Don't overdo it. Too much selenium can cause nausea or other issues, so stick to 1 or 2 nuts a day. They're easy to toss into your breakfast or eat as a quick snack. No prep needed, just pure power in a single bite. So, there you go. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts. These are your go-to nuts for staying strong and sharp. They're simple to add to your day and pack a punch for your health. Next, we'll talk about the nuts you might want to skip and why. Stick with me. You don't want to miss this. Alright, let's keep this chat going. We've talked about the nuts that are like your best pals, helping your heart, brain, and bones stay strong after 60. But now, let's get real about the ones you might want to push to the side. Not every nut is doing you favors, and some can even cause trouble, especially as we age. Picture us still at your kitchen table, sorting through that pantry of yours. I'm going to walk you through 4 nuts you should probably avoid, or at least not make a daily habit. Ready? Let's start with peanuts. Peanuts seem like the ultimate snack, right? They're cheap, they're everywhere, and who doesn't love a scoop of peanut butter? But here's the thing, peanuts aren't actually nuts, they're legumes. And that makes them a bit sneaky. They can pick up something called aflatoxins, which are toxins from mold that grow during storage. For folks over 60, this is a bigger deal because our bodies aren't as good at clearing out harmful stuff anymore. Over time, those toxins can stress your liver and even raise your risk of certain cancers. That's not all. Peanuts are packed with omega-6 fats, and while a little is fine, too much can spark inflammation. If you've got arthritis or achy joints, peanuts might make that pain feel worse. Plus, most of us don't eat plain peanuts. Think about those salted, roasted ones cooked in unhealthy oils or peanut butter loaded with sugar. Those extras can bump up your blood pressure, spike your blood sugar, or add extra pounds, things you really don't need. So, while a few peanuts now and then won't hurt, making them your go-to snack isn't the best move when there are better options out there. Let's move on to cashews. I get it, they're creamy, delicious, and show up in everything from trail mix to stir-fries. But for seniors, they come with some red flags. First off, cashews have more carbs than most nuts, which can send your blood sugar up faster than you'd expect. If you're one of the many folks over 60 dealing with diabetes or prediabetes, that's something to watch. Then there's oxalates, natural compounds in cashews that can block calcium absorption and, in higher amounts, increase your risk of kidney stones. Since kidney issues become more common with age, piling on cashews might not be wise. And let's talk about how they're sold. Most cashews aren't just raw, they're roasted in oils and loaded with salt. That extra sodium and unhealthy fat can raise your cholesterol and blood pressure, putting more strain on your heart. A few cashews here and there? Probably fine. But eating them every day, especially in processed forms like cashew butter with additives, could add up to trouble. You deserve nuts that work with your body, not against it. Now, macadamia nuts. These feel like a treat, rich, buttery, almost like a dessert. But for seniors, they're not the best regular snack. Here's why. Macadamias are calorie bombs. A small handful can hit 200 calories or more, mostly from fat. While some fats are good, macadamias are high in saturated fat, the kind that raises your bad cholesterol and puts your heart at risk. After 60, when heart disease is already a concern, that's not ideal. Plus, those calories add up fast, and if you're trying to keep your weight in check to ease up on your joints or manage diabetes, macadamias make it easy to overdo it without feeling full. They're also super crunchy, which can be tough on sensitive teeth, crowns, or dentures. Nobody wants a dental bill from a snack. And if your gallbladder's acting up, the high-fat content can cause bloating or even trigger gallstone pain. Macadamias do have some antioxidants, but their downsides outweigh the benefits for daily eating. Save them for special occasion and reach for something lighter instead. Finally, pine nuts. These little guys seem harmless, sprinkled on a salad or blended into pesto, but they can be trouble for seniors. One big issue is how they mess with medications. If you're taking pills for blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes, pretty common after 60, pine nuts can interfere with how those drugs work. Studies suggest they might reduce the effectiveness of over half of common medications, which could leave you less protected or cause side effects. Then there's something weird called pine nut syndrome. Some people get a bitter, metallic taste in their mouth after eating them, and it can last for days or even weeks. For seniors, that's not just annoying. It can kill your appetite. When you eat less, you risk losing weight unintentionally, which can lead to malnutrition or a weaker immune system. Plus, pine nuts are high in polyunsaturated fats that can go rancid quickly, and those oxidized fats can increase inflammation instead of calming it. If you're dealing with arthritis or other inflammatory conditions, that's the last thing you need. So, while pine nuts might taste great, they're not worth the risk, especially if you're on meds or watching your appetite. Talk to your doctor before making them a regular thing. So, there you have it, peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts. These are the ones to skip, or at least cut back on. They might seem harmless, but they can sneakily work against your health. Next, we'll cover some practical tips to make the most of the good nuts and avoid pitfalls. Stay with me. You're going to love how easy this can be. Did you know the nuts in your pantry could be silently harming your health after 60? Some can spike heart disease risk by nearly 50%, while others protect your brain, bones, and heart. One common nut might even disrupt your medications. Stay tuned to discover the 4 nuts seniors should embrace and the 4 to avoid, plus a shocking nut you'll want to toss out today. Your health depends on this. Hey there, it's great to sit down with you today and talk about something as simple yet powerful as nuts. I know it sounds like a small thing, right? Just a handful of something you grab from the pantry when you're feeling snacky. But here's the deal. After 60, those little nuts can make a big difference in how you feel, how much energy you have, and even how long you stay independent. Let's break it down like we're chatting over coffee. As we get older, our bodies change. You've probably noticed it. Maybe your joints creak a bit more, or you're keeping a closer eye on your heart health. Nutrition becomes a game changer at this stage. It's not just about eating enough. It's about eating the right things to keep your body strong and your mind sharp. Nuts are like little powerhouses, packed with good stuff like healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and fiber. They're small, easy to eat, and can fit into your day without much fuss. But here's the catch. Not all nuts are your friends. Some can quietly work against you, and that's what I want to help you sort out. Think about your heart for a second. After 60, the risk of heart disease creeps up. The wrong kind of nuts, ones high in unhealthy fats or sodium, can push up your cholesterol or blood pressure. A study from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology showed that certain nuts can raise your heart disease risk by almost 48%. That's not just a number, it's a wake-up call. But the flip side is exciting. The right nuts can actually lower that risk. They've got monounsaturated fats, like the kind in olive oil, that keep your arteries happy and your bad cholesterol in check. Then there's your brain. I bet you want to keep your memory sharp, maybe to remember your grandkids' birthdays or enjoy a good book. Some nuts are loaded with antioxidants and omega-3s that protect your brain cells from aging. They help keep those connections firing so you can solve puzzles or laugh over old stories with friends. But others? They might stir up inflammation, which can fog your thinking or even increase your risk of conditions like Alzheimer's. And let's not forget your bones. As we age, bones get brittle, and a fall can be a big deal. Nuts like almonds are packed with calcium and magnesium to keep your skeleton strong. But others, like cashews, have compounds that might mess with how your body uses calcium, which isn't great if you're worried about fractures. Here's the thing, nuts aren't just food. They're like a daily choice that can either support you or sneakily cause problems. Some can interfere with medications you might be taking for blood pressure or diabetes. Others might upset your digestion or even affect your appetite. The good news? You don't need to guess which ones are which. I'm going to walk you through the 4 nuts you should be eating to stay strong, and the 4 you might want to skip to avoid trouble. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll know exactly what to keep in your pantry and what to toss. So, what do you say? Ready to make some smart choices for your health? Alright, let's dive into the good stuff, the nuts you should be eating after 60. These are the ones that are like your best friends, always there to support your heart, brain, and bones. I'm going to walk you through 4 nuts that can make a real difference in how you feel every day. Picture us sitting at your kitchen table, munching on a few of these while we chat. Ready? Let's start with almonds. Almonds are like the all-star players for seniors. They're small, crunchy, and loaded with goodness. 1 cup gives you about 97 milligrams of calcium, which is a big deal when your bones need extra love to stay strong. After 65, bone loss speeds up, and a fracture can really throw you off. Almonds help slow that down. Plus, they've got vitamin E, which acts like a shield for your brain cells, fighting off the oxidative stress that can mess with your memory. I know you want to keep those grandkids' names straight or enjoy a good crossword puzzle, right? And here's another perk. Almonds have about 3.5 grams of fiber per serving. That's a lifesaver if digestion's been sluggish, which is super common as we age. Nearly 40% of folks over 60 deal with constipation, so a handful of almonds can keep things moving. Oh, and those healthy fats in almonds? They're the same kind you find in olive oil, helping lower bad cholesterol to keep your heart happy. Pro tip: eat them with the skin on for an extra antioxidant boost. If chewing's tough, try sliced almonds or unsweetened almond butter. They're just as good. Now, let's talk about walnuts. These are the brain boosters. You might have heard they look like little brains, and there's a reason they're so great for your mind. Walnuts are packed with ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fat that keeps your brain cells flexible and chatting with each other. As we age, those connections can weaken, but a small handful of walnuts, say 7 to 9 halves a day, can help you think faster and solve problems better. Studies show seniors eating walnuts for just 8 weeks saw real improvements in brain function. Pretty cool, right? But that's not all. Walnuts have polyphenol, which are like little firefighters that calm inflammation in your brain, possibly slowing down Alzheimer's or dementia. And here's a bonus. They've got melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. If you're tossing and turning at night, a few walnuts before bed might help you drift off easier. They also support your heart with arginine, an amino acid that keeps blood vessels flexible and blood pressure down. Store them in the fridge, though their high fat content means they can go rancid at room temperature. Crack them open yourself for a little hand workout, and don't mind the slight bitterness. It's just their antioxidants doing their job. Next up, pistachios. These little green gems are so easy to snack on, and they're a heart health hero. They're low in sodium but high in potassium, about 285 milligrams per serving, which helps your kidneys flush out extra salt. That's huge because as we get older, our bodies tend to hold onto sodium, which can push up blood pressure. A handful of pistachios can drop that top blood pressure number by 3 to 5 points, which is almost like what some medications do, but without the side effects. Plus, they're great for your eyes. They've got lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that protect against age-related macular degeneration, a major cause of vision loss. Okay, we've covered the nuts you should embrace and the ones to steer clear of after 60. Now, let's make this super practical. Think of me as your friend sitting across from you, helping you figure out how to make these nuts work for your life. I want you to enjoy them without any hassle, so let's talk about some easy ways to get the most out of the good ones: almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, while avoiding any pitfalls. Ready? Let's dive in. First, let's talk about picking the right nuts. You want to go for raw or lightly roasted ones whenever you can.
Why?
Because a lot of nuts on the store shelves are cooked in unhealthy oils or loaded with salt. That extra sodium can creep up your blood pressure, and those oils can add calories you don't need. So, check the label. Look for raw or unsalted to keep things heart-friendly. If you love a little flavor, a lightly roasted, unsalted option is fine, but skip the ones doused in salt or sugary coatings. This way, you're getting all the benefits like those heart-healthy fats and brain-boosting antioxidants without the stuff that works against you. Now, storage matters, especially for walnuts. These guys are packed with healthy fats, which is great, but those fats can go rancid if you leave them out on the counter. Pop your walnuts in the fridge, or even the freezer if you buy in bulk. They'll stay fresh longer, and you'll get that nutty, slightly bitter taste that's a sign of their powerful antioxidants. Trust me, a rancid walnut doesn't taste good, and it's not doing your body any favors. A quick tip: keep them in an airtight container to lock in freshness. Here's a big one for Brazil: nuts. Less is more. I can't stress this enough. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day gives you all the selenium you need to keep your thyroid happy and inflammation down. But eating too many can lead to selenium toxicity, which might make you feel nauseous or even cause hair loss. So no need to munch a handful. 1 nut is plenty. Try tossing it into your morning oatmeal or eating it as a quick snack. It's an easy way to get a big health boost without overdoing it. If chewing hard nuts like almonds feels tough, maybe because of dental issues or sensitive teeth, don't worry, you've got options. Sliced almonds are softer and easier on your mouth, but they still pack the same calcium and fiber to support your bones and digestion. Or go for unsweetened almond butter. Spread a little on an apple slice or mix it into a smoothie. It's just as good for your heart and brain, and it's a breeze to eat. Same goes for pistachios. If shelling them is hard on your hands because of arthritis, grab pre-shelled ones. Just stick to unsalted versions to keep your blood pressure in check. One last thing, especially if you're on medications for things like blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes. Some nuts, like pine nuts, can mess with how your meds work, so it's smart to have a quick chat with your doctor before making any big changes to your snacking habits. They'll help you figure out what's safe, especially if you're thinking about adding pine nuts to your diet. Better safe than sorry, right? These little tweaks, picking the right nuts, storing them properly, and keeping portions in check, make it so easy to snack smart and feel great. So here we are, wrapping up our chat about nuts. I hope you're feeling excited about making some small changes that can have a big impact on your health after 60. It's amazing how something as simple as what's in your pantry can shape how you feel every day: more energy, a sharper mind, stronger bones, and a happier heart. By choosing nuts like almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, you're giving your body the tools it needs to stay strong and keep you doing the things you love, whether it's playing with your grandkids or taking that morning walk. And by skipping nuts like peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts, or at least cutting back, you're dodging risks that could slow you down. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you noticed how certain nuts make you feel? Maybe almonds give you a little more pep in your step, or you've had a bad experience with pine nuts messing with your taste buds. Drop your story in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else make a smarter choice. It's like we're all sitting around sharing tips to stay healthy and active. And if you found this chat helpful, give it a like. It really helps spread the word. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more simple, science-backed tips to thrive as you age. Your health is in your hands, and it starts with little choices like these. Swap out the risky nuts for the ones that lift you up, and you'll be amazed at how much better you feel. Take a peek at your pantry today. What's in there? Maybe it's time to stock up on some walnuts or try a Brazil nut for the first time. You've got this, and I'm rooting for you. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video with more ways to keep you feeling your best.